I have a note here. I don't know if this is the best place to put it, but I have personally people who have left the church over what they have experienced in the church. I know people who were good friends with ministers and church leaders' children, who spent a lot of time in their home, who the children from those homes, neighbors with open windows, hearing this very well-respected person, the way they behaved at home to their children, to their wife, their husband, but mostly it was the wives in the family that got the brunt of this. And I've known people who totally disrespected church leadership based on the difference between the way they were in public and the way they were in private. So if we think that how we're behaving and treating our families and treating each other is not being noticed, I will say it is. And it can have devastating consequences to the people who are watching and judge God by how we treat each other. They shouldn't, but they do. And
why shouldn't they?
They shouldn't judge God by what we do, because we're wicked.
You said they shouldn't judge us. I think it's intelligent to make certain judgments about behaviors like that.
Yes, but
yes, you shouldn't then extrapolate and say, well, God must be like that as well.
Well, no,
So that's a problem. However,
that their God, the God they worship, has changed them into, to be the way they are. And I can say, likely, I'm not interested in the God you're talking about, because if you're any reflection of the God that you worship, and we're talking about
I don't want to know
design
that
law,
God. That's a good point.
We say the fruits, by your fruits you'll know them. That's in the positive sense. It also works in the negative sense, but it reflects a misunderstanding of true God. But it's their understanding of God that I would be rejecting on the basis of their poor treatment of their family.
And the commandment that says, thou shalt not take the name of the Lord thy God in vain. When I was young, I thought that don't curse. Now I think, well, that's probably included, but a wider view of that would be, don't say you're God's person if you're not. More harm has been done to God by people who say they're God's. I like what Tim says when people come to his office. He's a psychiatrist, and they say, he'll ask them, what do you believe in God? And they'll say, no. And he'll say, why not? Well, tell me about the God you don't believe in. Tell me about the God you don't believe in. So they begin this litany of terrible things that they've seen or judged God for that people have done. And his response is, good for you. I don't believe in that God either. Let me tell you about the God I do believe in, and then tell the truth about God. But people do judge God by how we behave. Oh, I thought I saw an arm, but it was going around a wife. Yay. So go into Sunday's lesson.